I prefer eclectic. I prefer eclectic rather than just confine myself to new disco, you know, although it is a broad spectrum. I like the new disco sound actually. I think disco has had its revenge time and time again. You know, having been in at one point, commercialized at one point, trashed about at one point, and then out at one point, and then always coming back in the new guise. I mean, I think disco's first revenge was house music, and then now it's new disco.
Tell us when and how you got started as a DJ, and then trace your career.
I think it was my cousin Charles, who lives somewhere in Queenstown, who basically put me in front of his turntable, right? Opened his record collection to me, which was a lot of psychedelic rock. He was into Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, you know, Deep Purple, a lot of that sort of stuff. So basically, he plugged the headphone in, taught me how to use his amplifier, put the speakers off so I wouldn't play my music too loud and bother the parents. And I was just basically the quietest little boy you would ever see. Just hooked on, you know, playing records with his turntable and everything. And eventually, when my dad's brother, he needed to make some money, so he sold my mother his entire stereo set, right? Which of course I was overjoyed to receive. And then with whatever pocket money I had, I would go out to whatever record shops I could find and basically buy small 7-inch vinyls because they were the cheapest to buy at that point. We were in the car of a friend of ours and we were going to a club. I don't recall if it was Shinrazuri or Lost Horizon, one of those really old 70s clubs. We heard this tape, right, that he had in his car, cassette tape. And we were wondering, you know, as the songs overlapped one another, we were like, a few of us were going, hey, how the hell did they do that? Because when we were going to house parties before that, we were always using the pause button to not let the music stop, right? We were stopping the music at a certain point and then unpausing it just as the other song had that right point to come in, right? Every time you listen to a cassette where, you know, the music sort of fades out, the dance floor sort of stands still, looking around for a moment, right? We run in there and slip ours in and, you know, the dancing would never stop. But then when we heard this one, it was really, really well mixed. So we were just wondering how that was. So we got together at my house. He brought one amplifier, they used one of mine. He brought one turntable, I used one of mine. And he brought 2 speakers, and the two speakers I had, crisscrossed them, and found out that, oh, you know, you can actually take the headphone out from this amplifier when you turn the speaker off after you played the other song, plug it into another amplifier, and then, you know, when you bring it up, and then, you know, you can use that to listen to the record, and, you know, you had to like press the start button and push it, you know, so that the beats kind of came in together, but we could never hold them properly, right? We just had to fade in and fade out really fast. So when we got a bit more confident in doing that more consistently, right, what we did was basically we said, okay, let's throw a house party of our own, but we will use turntables. We probably had about 150 people squeezed into a 5-room HDB flat. Along comes this guy, right, his name was Colin, walked in, right, looked at us doing what we were doing, and the first thing he told us was, haven't you guys ever heard of a mixer? And we looked at him and said, what's that? Gave us all his card. I actually went to him and I started working for his mobile disco first, carrying equipment. Eventually, I got to watch how the DJs were working when they were doing like events or functions or parties in hotel ballrooms and different other things, right? And of course, after we set up the equipment, I'd always tried to get a chance to have a go at it to really see how it worked. So, you know, I discovered not only how to connect it, how to put it all together, but, you know, how it worked as well. Yeah, and I suppose the fascination and the addiction sort of really grew from there.